Yes, guys, I run a 15k a month marketing agency here in the UK. So I'm going to go through 4 mindset things that I notice when I speak to broke people versus the things I've switched off so that I can now run a business that does 15k a month, VAT registered in the UK, low churn, serious business. So let me break it down for you. These are habits that once you tick off these 4, it makes things 10 times easier, and a lot of people just get trapped and stuck here. So the first thing is you need to set the minimum work you do a lot higher. Now, there's a lot of people that flinch or set their floor as the like NPC 9 to 5, 8 hours a day, take a break on Sundays and Saturdays, and that if they work in a Saturday or Sunday, or they work a 12-hour day instead of 8, that is unbelievable to them, and they're just going to drop back to their baseline or take even the next morning off. You can't get away with that. What you need to do is completely switch your brain to, if I'm not working all the time, something's off, because I'm not going to be getting where I want to be. And if that means working 10 hours or 12 hours every day, Monday till Sunday, for a long period of time during a year, that should be your new floor. And if you do take a day off, it should be a completely no phone day to help you reset. Otherwise, you should feel guilty about taking it off. So, second thing, everything is your fault. Now, you need to believe that you're exactly where you deserve to be based on the actions that you've taken. I always say, and I've always said since I was young, results don't care about excuses, right? And you are not where you want to be because of external factors. Because when you give the external factors the power, how are you ever going to get to where you want to be? It just doesn't make any sense. You have to think, the people that sit there and go, oh, the government, the politics, oh, it's just my boss at work, or it's just out of my control. You're stuck then. Just say to them, if someone says that to you, I just say, all right then, stay where you are. And they're like, what? Stay where I am, but my boss. My boss ain't holding me back. You can't believe these limiting beliefs. So you have to believe that everything that you do reflects on where you are in life, what revenue mark you're at, so you don't make shitty excuses, and that you deserve to be exactly where you are right now based on what you've been doing the last year or so. You must believe that. The third thing I shift my mindset to believe to get here so fast was just do. And also I'm looking up because I'm reading my list. Raw action solves it all. And one thing I will say is I speak to a lot of nerds that are like, oh, is it worth it if I do this? I'm just trying to figure out if it's best if I do this. Let me analyze what this might look like. If you're not actually analyzing, you're being a nerd, and you're not putting your balls on the table and just doing something with raw action, because raw action solves all and you will learn from it. For example, if you are thinking, which niche should I go into? Should I study a med spa niche versus car detailing? Which one do I go for? Just call up both. First client you get, fucking do it for them. And then just go, and then do both. And then the best way to learn is say, I did it for this guy, he was med spa, I did it for this detailer, which one was better? Instead of, what do other people think? I'm gonna go around asking people. Just shit like that really pisses me off. Just do. Stop overthinking, stop procrastinating. You're not analysing, you're just putting things off. Now, number 4, and the final one, this is super important. I see this all the time, it makes me cringe. Never show jealousy or envy. For example, this is a little practical game. Imagine you saw a 19-year-old drive past you in like a Lambo. What would you think? Actually think what you would think, yeah? Don't cope and don't lie. If you thought, oh, he's probably a course seller, daddy's money, he's on finance, he's probably a course seller, all these stupid excuses, then you need to switch your mindset. Because if you sit there, you see him and you think, shit, that guy's locked in, man, he must be working hard. Everything that he's done in the last 6 months has led him up to that moment where he can drive a Lamborghini. I'm gonna be like him. Massive difference, because the people who get jealous and envious kind of believe the world is zero sum, and that's the worst thing that you can have, is like a scarce mindset where you think, But if that guy has a Lambo, I need to bring him down because that way I can't get it. And you know, people subconsciously actually think that. You need to train your brain to think, I'll get a Lambo as well. We'll be riding them together. Like, don't. The main takeaway from this fourth and final point is, instead of seeing someone who's in a better position than you and then bringing them down, it's seeing them in a better position than you and feeling inspired that you can get there as well, and how easy it is. For example, like, if you see a nice car going past, you know, subconsciously you might say to your mate, oh look, he's got a shit spec or something. That's complete, your subconscious completely feeling, it feels sad that you're not in the car, and it has to bring them down in a certain way to make you feel okay about being a loser. Whereas you should see that car and be like, that's sick, I don't care if he's fucking made the alloys, blacked the alloys out and it looks chavvy. Sick car, man, I'm gonna be like that. Me personally, I wouldn't do the alloys like that. And you know what I mean? Just feel inspired, man. All those 4 things to summarize: set the minimum work you do as working all the time as standard. Oh, I need a work-life balance. You don't need a work-life balance. I'm a big fan of doing like an 8-month work block during winter in England. Maybe this summer, take it chill a bit. Lock in for 1 month or something like that. You need a monk mode, call it what you want, where it's like 6 months, no drinking, just gym and work all day, every day, and you'll make fucking insane progress. That's what we've done. And now we're running 15k a month onto another monk mode, if you want to call it that, after summer, which will take us straight past 25, and then we're off to Dubai. But anyway, that aside, second one was everything is your fault. Take responsibility, don't blame external actions, politics, news, neighbours, fucking other people. Just don't overthink, otherwise you'll get nowhere in life, because you won't actually collect real data, you'll just be asking people. And then last but not least, don't believe the world is zero sum. Believe that everyone can fucking prosper. All your mates, your opposition, you can all win, because you can. There we go. Hopefully this helps you, who's doing all this stupid mindset shit and coping, get from maybe a 9 to 5, escape that shit, maybe couple grand a month to get to 5 figures a month. Good luck.